Welcome to Inside Tissue Manufacturing. I'm Rob Gusky. Today, I'm honored to speak with Loris Rossi, who brings 40 years of tissue industry experience. His career has included production management, consulting, tissue machine startups and commissioning, operator instruction, and the development of production personnel in Italy and internationally. He has worked as a freelance technician with major Italian tissue machine producers and takes great pride in having started virtually every type of tissue machine. Loris, thank you for joining me and being willing to share what you've learned.
Hi, Rob. I'm I'm happy to stay here to meet with you, and we check what we have to do for the new generation or for the people, if it's possible, help about.
Great. I'm glad we're able to get together here. Um, what I'd like to do is, Loris, if you can take us back to the beginning. How did you start in the paper and tissue industry?
So I'm starting very quickly because my story for in the job world, I start when I was 14 years old.
Hmm.
But when I was 14 years old, I work in the shoes.
Hmm.
Okay. After that, I go in the military army for 1 year.
Mhm.
In Italy, we have to do that before. And after that, my father worked in paper mill.
Hmm.
And he tell me if I want like to work there. And this moment, the work is very good because the salary is good, and I like it because for me, mechanical, electrical, I like working this work. And I started when I was 19 years old,
Hmm.
like a normal work. And I have a lucky in my story because I help to install, or I stay with the mechanical people to install the machine, all part.
Hmm.
The first 5 machine I start, and I stay with the mechanical to improve all the machine, all the electrical room, everything, hood, steam, vacuum, um, all, and stock preparation, pulper. So, and I start in my first job in paper mill after install, like a mechanical. I start with the pulper,
Hmm.
you know. I do 6 months in the pulper. And this time we work in analogic, and they teach me how I have to tender the tank, the consistency, because in this time we don't have uh, help for the technology, so you have to go with the ice. So
Hmm.
the consistency, you have to use the same water, the same cellulose, because I use cellulose in this time. You have to take the same level in the tank, because if you change the level in this moment, you don't have a regulation for the grammage or regulation for the consistency. If
Hmm.
up and down the tank change the grammage on the roll.
Hmm.
Yes, it's very different from now.
Yeah, let me ask you, Laura. So, did you have a way? Like, how did you know what the level in the pulper tank was? If you're adding water, how do you know how much water to add?
No, in this time we have all manually, all manually. So you have to check um, with ice. So you have to go up and down, up
Hmm.
and down, check the level for the tank, and you have to maintain this level because we don't have a machine. Oh, 86. When I start in 1986, so in my company in this time, we don't have no help about this.
No, no
So
level transmitter. It's
no, in
just
this,
your eyes,
yes, eyes, only
and you have
eyes.
a mark or something on the tank, or you just know where it
Yes,
needs to be.
we use like wood wood inside the
Oh,
tank
okay.
with the
Yes,
torch,
yes.
and then you see when up and down, the level. If you don't
Wow.
want to go up from the, uh, I don't remember the name, but you have to go up and down all the time if you don't learn that. And
Okay.
so this is, and after I pass in the machine
Hmm.
because they think I'm clever.
Hmm.
And in this moment, I learn to tender machine. The machine
Hmm.
in this moment is double wire, twin wire.
Twin wire. Yes.
And this one, the speed is 1,900 meter per minute in this
Hmm.
time. Is good school because
Hmm.
my master puppet maker tell me if you know run this machine, this type of machine, you can run all machine because the twin wire is the most complicated
Hmm.
in the tissue
So,
because
and let me just ask. So, you were making tissue back at that time.
yes, my study is only in the tissue.
Okay. Okay.
So I start from the pulper, I work in rewinder, I work in machine. After that, I work help for the production manager. After production manager, after director manager.
Hmm.
So I start when I was 18 years old, and I arrive 13, 8-year old director manager. So in
Hmm.
20 years, I do anything in the paper mills,
Hmm. Hmm.
but I don't have a school.
Mhm, mhm.
I learn alone by myself. What I needed, I learn and I study, and I
But
write
but
there.
but really, you're in school every day. It's just that your classroom is the tissue machine.
Yeah. My life is teaching machine because in this time we work a lot. It's not only 8 hours, we
Mm,
work 11, 12, and not only for day and today. We work all the week and too hard. This time is different,
mm.
and another thing is we don't have a pulper under Yankee. So when the
Really?
paper broken,
Oh,
you have to
boy.
take out with the hand. So it's very hot and the machine is fast. So you have to solve the problem very quickly or you stop the machine. So for this reason, my mind have to work quickly when you have a problem to fix and put the paper again on the paper here. This is a very good skill.
No, I mean, you have a final examination when the sheet breaks and it's piling up below the
Yes,
Yankee.
you have to check that. Why
Yeah.
breaking? You check the Yankee and you know why, what's happened. Or you take a paper and you see what's happened, why it miss water or miss something.
Mm, mm.
And that because before we don't have a QCS. QCS coming after 2, 3 years, the first QCS,
What is what
accurate,
is
right?
what is what is
QCS is
QTS?
control quality machine, scanner.
Ah, okay, okay.
You know, we don't
Yeah,
have that.
okay.
We take a piece of paper when the machine running
Yeah.
without break the paper, and we make a grammage or we check the moisture. We check if it's good the water. The you know
And
this is
do you check the moisture just by feel, or do you actually, how did
yeah.
you check the moisture?
In this moment, they teach me like you see the steam from the paper when coming out from the Yankee.
Yeah.
You have a little steam, and when you have this steam, you have good moisture. When you have
Mm,
a lot of steam, this is not good. But sometimes change because in Italy change the season. In the winter, we have a lot of
Mm,
steam because it's more cold, you know.
mm,
So everything is bas- basic with the ice and hand.
hmm,
What now no is not used a lot because the machine is very close for the safety. So I cannot touch the roll. You know, sometimes it's very difficult where to wait some weight for touch the roll for the safety. You know, but in this moment, if you don't touch the paper, if you don't have experience to understand which moisture you have by hand when you touch the roll. So it's manually. Before it's very different about now.
Loris, do you think that that's a disadvantage today? You know, when we have the QCS, the scanner, we have consistency transmitters, people don't really get the opportunity to understand how all those things work together. Do you think that's a disadvantage from an
Yes,
operator perspective?
yes. This is what I explain many times when I teach the people when I start the new machine or new plant. Because now they have a monitor, they check all with the monitor. When they see is red and no work, and they speak no work, but they don't know why. It means the pulp, if the motor is cam, or the pump is broken, or the bearing have something, because they live in control room.
Mm, mhm,
Before, no, we don't have this, you know, and we check. So I suggest every time the tender machine will come in the first in the shift,
mhm,
go around the plant. So check all part with the ear, with the smell, with the eyes,
mm.
and not stay only in front the screen, you know, because this is very important because you have idea what's happening around you, and for the safety too, because sometimes you know now the speed is very high, 2,000 meters per minute. It's big
Mm,
machine, so big high temperature everywhere. So 520, 600 sometimes
mm,
degrees on the hood. So
mhm,
if you don't check very good in the dust, you have to clean. You have to teach the people to clean.
mm.
It's very important that it's something the people not think, but you have to do that. So
No, I'm glad to really be able to talk to you and get that perspective because there aren't very many people left that started the way that you did. You know, things have changed so much over the years, and those are the fundamentals I think that are so important for us.
yeah, what I think now, all the people miss the manual and analogy. We go before we have to move from the control room, so we have only to stay there for make a test for the paper, if
Mm,
cross way and long way, uh, you know, and crapping if it's good or not. And in the rest of the time, you have in front the popper reel, and you have to take a date every week, have a roll. For example, 50 centimeter, you have to sign how much is the width.
mm,
Uh, 70 centimeter, you have to check because you have a date, how much is the master, if changes the grammage. Now you don't need this because you have a QCS, so you have a scanner, and the scanner make almost all control, you know, grammage, moisture, and blah, blah, blah. So,
right,
but
right.
before you have to do that because you have to check the machine without this technology. So they
Sure,
need
sure.
the system.
Okay. Um, I'd be interested to hear about the major chapters of your career. You know, so you worked in this tissue mill. but you also talked about starting up other machines. And can you tell us, worked as a consultant and a trainer? Can you go through that a little bit and tell us some of the different
Yes.
experiences you had?
So I learned the first machine in the twin wire. Okay. After that, coming the new technology. So is Christian Former,
Hmm.
and I was 29 years old.
Mm.
Okay, and some company proposed me to start the new machine. Okay, the Christian Former. But nobody knows this Christian Former. Everybody tell this machine make a water outside from the former roll. So many problem they speak, no? And I have the propose for one company never do the machine, never install the machine. So it's the first, the
Mm.
prototype, you know.
Hmm.
And I was 29 years old, you know. So I have a right now right in this time I have yes experience because I start more than 5 machines in this moment. So
Okay.
I install and so I want to try.
Hmm.
And when I go in this paper mill, it's 3 people format. Okay, it's very many people know format. It's famous,
Mm.
and Ale now is Ale Plus is together in Italy company, and the owner for the paper mill. They make a company. Okay,
Hmm.
and they try to make this new machine, this type machine. And for me, it's the first time. So I have to check the system for the water, for the pulp, and everything. They install the machine, and we make a popper reel for the. I think it's the first in hydraulic, no, all hydraulic,
Okay. Yes.
because in this time we use only air, you know,
Hmm.
for the movement, primary, secondary, and blah blah blah. And so it's very big challenge.
Hmm.
And when we start the machine, I remember, never forget, when we start the pulp for the pump for the pulp, no coming the paper,
Yeah.
and we try to understand why, and the motor for the pump running reverse.
Oh.
when
Um,
when we fix the problem, come in the
yeah.
paper, and we do the paper, you know, in like normal
Wow.
machine. So we fix, we speak, okay, this machine is not very bad. So
Mm.
I make experience. Crash and form, I think, is big better, much better than double wire, the twin wire.
Hmm.
And after that, they keep me in this paper mill like a production manager for 1 year. And after I start to run in the world for myself, so freelance, and I start
Okay.
my story for installing, start, or suggest, or advising.
Mm.
And another machine where I work is former roll, former roll, and only one wire. So the head box is up the former roll, and the wire is inclinate.
Okay. Yes.
I don't remember the name. This type.
Forge Rainier
Okay,
machine.
exactly this one.
Okay. Yes.
And
Wow.
never I see this machine.
Yeah.
Never I learned there. You know, this machine is very complicated because I have two lips,
Hmm.
the internal lips and outside lips.
Hmm.
So I remember for make experience, I cut 3 wire, you know, 3 wire, because the second lips, more you go near for the second lips near the wire, you make a better formation. But
Ah.
the problem is the company in Lebanon, because I work in Lebanon.
Okay.
they don't have a very good stock preparation for the cleaning the impurity.
Mm.
So when coming the small impurity, cut the wire, you know.
Gosh.
and and for this reason, I speak with the owner, and they tell him, so or we fix the problem on the stock preparation, or you upset the not very well formation. So it's
Mm.
nice the formation, but
Mm.
it's not perfect, you know.
Yeah.
And I worked there 6 months in Lebanon. I remember I don't speak English, you know, and it's very difficult for me. So, but big
You
story, huh?
managed. You managed,
Yeah.
worked it out.
So I start twin wire, this type of machine, crash and form, and flat wire.
And the
This is
Forgernier, flat
school
wire.
wire. This
Okay.
is school machine because I love this machine because you check the profile on the wire.
Huh.
You can manage the profile on the wire. You look the wire after the vacuum, you know,
Yeah.
in the flat wire. You can see the water up and down. You can see everything. You know, you manage with the damper of the head box, and it's very very. I like because it's
Hmm.
no needed. DCS. So they use the control quality, the scanner. But if you are clever, you have enough experience, you can see, you can manage that. It's very. I like this. I love these machines.
Hmm. Hmm.
For the productivity, for the so low problem,
Hmm.
the pressure form is the best
Yeah. Why?
because
Why? Why do you think the crescent? From your experience, compare the crescent former to the twin wire former, and why do you prefer the crescent former?
twin wire is complicated because you have a pickup, you have
Mm.
two wire, and you have one. If you want to go fast, you need the one box, vacuum box from formation wire and transport wire. And this one is it's very important to find a good vacuum and a good position, because if you don't have a good position there, you cannot make a paper.
Hmm.
It's very complicated. So if you find that, it's very important. Sometimes the problem coming from there, the people don't know. And after you have a pickup too, and crash phone don't have a pickup,
Hmm.
and that it's it's complicated too because somebody use the ceramic material. Sometimes you find the plastic material or Teflon material on the pickup and finish in the time. They don't know happen some problem, you know.
Hmm.
And for this reason, and after two wire, you have to take care two wire, and
Okay.
after for the
Yeah.
retention, you have to put more chemical for have
Okay.
retention double wire in the
Okay.
crushing fire. You don't need it. The people
Yeah.
put because I think is economical, financial, something. I don't know why, but
Okay.
normally no need it in the crushing farm because crushing farm the head box put the water on from wire in felt, and the felt is very close. The important thing in the crescent form, the position for the angle for the lips, the head box.
Mm.
This is very
Hmm.
important, and this is
Hmm.
very important too in the double wire because many people miss the point and they don't make a good paper. They lose quality a lot. Not many people know that because now this machine exists too. Because many in the last year I work a lot in this machine because
Hmm.
you know somebody don't want change because they don't know for the economy. I don't know, and they want to continue to use this type of machine,
Okay.
but not many people know that manage this machine because it's complicated. It's like the machine have a former roll with
Uh-huh.
the optic inside, the double lips. So
Yeah.
the last fork is in Egypt,
Hmm.
okay, and they have a problem because they don't know. I fix only the right position for everything, and they change completely. We make
Mm.
the record for the production. We make a good quality. No break for the wire. No break for the many things is going good, and they so very happy because they tell me many people go there but no help a lot
Mm.
because they don't know. Because if the people no work in this machine, they don't know. I'm the last people working this, so
Mm.
not many people know this machine. So this is
Okay.
this
Um,
is-
Lars, you mentioned Italy, uh, Egypt, Lebanon. Have you been to other countries around the world as well?
yes, many countries, many countries. I go in South America,
Mm.
Argentina, Brazil, Peru, Chile,
Wow.
Colombia, El Salvador,
Mm.
Mexico. After I go in USA, Oklahoma,
Mm.
Riot, in Orchids paper. I start
Mm.
one machine
Mm.
from record. And after I go in Europe, many places,
Mm.
England, Poland, and Lithuania, Ukraine, Russia,
Mm. Wow.
Hungarian, Romanian, Greece, Turkish, Iran, uh, uh, Arabia, Saudi Arabia,
Mm.
and many countries, in Australia,
Mm.
Indonesia, and many countries. I don't remember. Every
Yeah.
year.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
I finished three. I tell you, I finished three passport. You know what I mean?
wow.
So this
I mean,
mean,
I would
no,
imagine going to so many different machines in so many different countries. You've seen so many different things throughout
yeah,
your career.
yeah. This is why I have this experience. But somebody think I'm not stable. You
Mm.
know,
Mm.
because I like to change. But if I don't change, I don't have this experience. Because if you stay your life in one company, you cannot growing up because you have only
Yeah.
this system. So
Sure.
you can manage better your plant. But if you go in another plant, I tell you, it's completely different because every machine they install have different system, different technology, different space, place, different, everything change. Normally, when I go in a new plant, I arrive 20 years before the start,
Mm.
20 days before the start
Oh, okay. Okay.
to check and fix if we have a problem. Maybe not, maybe yes. I have to check all the pipe from coming from where, the vacuum, the system for the cleaning water, because I I know many things. Because I know steam, I know boiler, I know manage the hood, I know manage the stock preparation, I know manage because in my life I do everything in the paper mill. From pulper, I work in the
Hmm.
pulper. I know what I touch. I know about what I speak. It's not
Yeah.
because I hear, because
Right.
I do.
You've experienced it.
is
And
is different.
let me ask you, Laura. So you've been on many machines around the world, started up a lot of machines. Is there a particular machine startup that you'll never forget that was challenging and that could you is there something like that you could share with us and what you and the team had to do to succeed?
I have a lot. I have 3 or 4 experience, but I won't tell you this one when I was 29 years old, because for me it's very big challenge, because when coming the paper, I cry,
Mm,
because I can't believe
mm,
what I do, because the company who installed the machine no have a big experience to support me. I support they, because we together we don't have enough experience. So it's something is coming without a lot of experience and coming good, unbelievable, you know. And many situation, but sometimes I cannot tell you, because. So, for example, in the group of Carrara in
okay.
Italy is one of big group.
Okay.
In this time, the spray boom under the Yankee non
Hmm.
exist. So no many people use, because when I'm the first on the one on the first people start to install the spray boom on the
Hmm.
Yankee
Hmm.
under the Yankee, so to make a patina, a film to cover the Yankee for manage the adhesion, because we
Yes.
before we use oil on the tank,
Uh-huh.
mm, some chemical.
Excuse me. How did you apply that? Was it with a wipe or something like that? Like a felt wipe?
No, no.
Oh, you put the oil in with the pulp, or explain to me.
Yes, for the constant level
Yeah.
on the tank for the machine, because
Oh,
they have to
okay.
go directly. Because if you somebody put in the tank, but the oil, the oil stay up, no go inside. So because what's happened the oil, and
Right, right.
when they change production, they keep all the oil, and you don't make a paper for 6-7 hours, because the paper flight on the Yankee, because
Wow.
all oil coming.
Wow.
Before, in this moment, it's very difficult to manage the adhesion on the Yankee, because before the machine work with the West paper. West paper is very aggressive, you know, and aggressive like in adhesion, because very fine, and it's too difficult to take out from the Yankee, because in this moment we don't have a spray boom to increase the release. We don't have a release.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have only oil, so we use this one. So I
Hmm.
remember this time the group in Carrara no use that, and they call me, because they want somebody in Rovereto, is in Trentino. They have two machine, okay, and every time they change from come si chiama, asciugatutto, oi, oi, oi. From hygienic to the other quality.
From tissue to towels, paper towels.
Kitchen
Ah, okay.
kitchen paper, okay, kitchen paper inside the the resin Chimene, okay, and they put a lot of oil before the stack for the take out from the Yankee, because it's very aggressive, the
The
adhesion.
sheet is really
The sheet
sticking to the
touch a lot,
dryer.
so you have to no the way on the Yankee,
I mean, to
because
the Yankee. Yes, yes, yes.
you have to give a oil for take out from the blade, because it's very aggressive, the adhesion.
Yes.
Okay, and they put a lot of oil in the tank. So
Okay.
every time they change this production for the kitchen to kitchen paper to hygienic
Hmm.
toilet, and they make a disaster. So 6 or 7 hours take out the paper from the Yankee without make a production. Only put in the machine number 2 is for the carton paper. They
Okay.
lose a lot of. And I come from one paper mill. We try to use where I learned the spray boom under the Yankee, because in this moment we don't have a release and coating and salt. We use emulsion oil,
Hmm.
okay, and cayenne.
Timing. Okay.
We put inside together and we put in the spray boom under the Yankee, and
Yeah.
the first chemical is this on the spray boom. So you know what I mean. So, and after coming, okay, the release and all the different type of but the first chemical under the Yankee is that. But we have to change because in this time we use the Yankee is cascade. It's not steel. It's cascade. So I mean the very acid the cayenne and damage the surface. So you have
Oh,
to crawl in every year, And for this reason, the company make a new chemical for the surface for no damage the Yankee, but help
okay.
for the protection. So and I speak with the owner for the Carrara, Massimo Carrara, and I speak, hey, come on, I cannot keep this for my life, It's crazy what you're doing here. So I suggest to do with this. I remember he tell me, okay, you try. You tell me it's good, okay, you try. I call the company who make the chemical and the system and come in and we install. And when we have a time to change the product, I call the owner, and the owner have an office near the control room. He
Okay.
stay there, call, the owner have many things, 1 roll, 2 roll, 3 roll, 4 roll. After 4 roll, he tell me, hey, come on, you change or not the product? And I speak, hey, it's 3 roll I change. He don't believe, because every time we make a change, we lose half day to put the paper in the garbage, And
Yeah.
when look that, it's he put this system in all machine in the group of Carrara. So he in this time I think have 10 machine. So everywhere in Italy.
Mm.
So I'm proud about this.
Oh
It's
gosh.
in,
You know,
I see the story. I know the story. The paper.
yes. Yeah,
So,
no, that's maybe what we miss these days. In other words, everyone's using a spray boom. Everything is much easier, and we don't know what life was like before. So
yeah, before
we don't have we don't
they
have
don't
that
have idea.
we don't have
they,
that appreciation for what things could be.
they
So
don't have idea how manage this problem. And when you have to clean the Yankee, you have to put carta vetro.
this
Wait a bit.
sandpaper.
Sandpaper on the
Yeah,
Yankee
yeah,
to clean the Yankee, and to
yeah,
make a fly the paper. So uh, it's very difficult before. Really, it's very difficult. You
yeah.
don't have internet. You don't have what
Chat GPT or whatever.
exactly. You have to manage. For example, in Lebanon,
Mm,
they want to start without the chemical under the Yankee, because for the problem, they don't have a boat coming for the chemical and they
uh,
want to start the machine before them coming. So I put the blade, I install one blade, okay, under the creping blade. I
yeah.
put one felt up and one Indian guys every hour, every 30 minutes with the oil down like this for make good for the sharp this keep out the paper from the blade,
Yeah.
because they use the wet paper and need the oil. So I put the oil from the truck, all the oil from the truck
Wow.
in the pool, okay,
Yeah.
like 20 gram, 20, 25 gram every pulper. And after one man down the Yankee every half hour to make a oil, and I solved the problem. So
Huh. Huh.
we make a paper until coming the clinical. When coming the clinical, everything is fun. It's very good. But
Oh, oh, that's a good lesson for all of us just to think about. Um, have an appreciation for, and I'm sure there's many things like that. Um, I do have a question. So when you have a new tissue machine and you're starting it up, what do you focus on the first hours and days and weeks? What are the things that you're looking for?
so the first time when I go in the new plant, the first I check the people
Hmm.
because in the year I keep a lot of experience to look the people and understand which kind of people is this, because sometimes I have to learn the people on the machine or on the pulper, and they maybe is better to change the position because it's not enough uh, smart for this position.
Hmm.
We speak about this, and
Hmm.
I have to move a little bit. I suggest for the owner or for the production manager, keep this and you move this because I don't know how, but I have this I don't know. It's something I have inside. When I speak with the people, I'm fast to understand which kind of people is this. Okay,
Hmm.
and after I check all the system, because every machine is different. I told you before, every machine have different, for
Hmm.
example, finer, different stock preparation, different pulper, different system for put the pulp inside. Because when we start the machine 30 years ago, we don't have DCS, so the logic, because is everything manual. You push the button and you start the machine. Okay. Now, you, who make the logic inside the DCS?
Hmm.
Somebody,
Hmm.
me.
Hmm.
One of this is the me. So when they start the DCS, you have to put the logic inside, and the logic from this system you have to stay connected with the logic with the water system. The water system is connected with the machine system, the safety system. So everything, for example, hood is connected. The logic is connected. Everything is connected. So before non exists, somebody put inside that, because if you don't know how have to work this system, you cannot speak with the people who make inside the computer, the
Yeah.
engineer put
Yeah.
inside.
Loris, I'm sorry. Let me just clarify, make sure I understand. Are you saying that you yourself are programming the
No,
DCS, or
no, no, no.
are you
No.
looking at the logic though and making
I
sure that
learn. I know. I learn. I teach how I have to put inside. This is not my job. My job is paper maker, so it's
right,
different.
right, right.
No, no, I'm not computer. I know. I see what they doing.
Ah,
One time I won't try that, but it's not my job. I teach. I speak what have to do they.
okay. So you talk to the electrical engineer or whoever it is programming, so they understand it has to
software
do this.
software software guys,
Yeah.
because they move inside the logic inside, because
Okay.
every system have a logic. For
Mm.
example, before I have to start this pump, we start this pump, have to start this sensor. After this sensor, we have pressure. Okay, we have pressure, we can start the refiner. The refiner have to stay open, no close, because if it's closed, we damage. So all the logic, everything. And the first time when we don't have this, I do this job with the people, software man. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
we do, and this is what I do for the first test IOR. Okay,
Okay.
if the motor running good, if the pipe is connected. After we have to clean all the pipe, all the line pipe with the water. We
Mm.
check if we have some feel the water or pulp, and we fix it. We tight the screw, everything, and after we prepare the machine. So it's I check if all part is safety. For example, in steam,
Mm.
some time happen and they don't put the safety valve in the sky because
Mm.
I don't know why, but never I start the machine without this safety. I speak.
Yeah.
If you want, you call another, but not me because the Yankee it's like a bomb. If you manage
Yeah.
it back, it's in Italy happen 2 or 3 Yankee explodes.
Hmm.
So you can have to take care. For me, it's very important the safety and teach the people how to have to move in the paper mill because my brother is dying in the paper mill, for example,
Mm. Mm.
and so I know what the life is only one. So sometimes don't think about it, but I see many people. I don't. So I go, for example, one time in Vietnam, I
Yeah.
start one machine, and I have one guy's young guys. He rewinder, very smart. He's very good, but he jump a lot on the machine.
Yeah.
And the speaker, you take care about this. So I come back in Italy for 2 weeks for relax to the
Yeah.
2 weeks, and after I come back, when I come back, he's died because he's going
Oh
inside.
man.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
this is very important. The protection. I check everything in machine because when I start a machine, I feel responsibility for everything.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Okay.
the
Um, yeah, Loris, you talked about people, and do you have a way? And you talked about teaching people. How do you teach operators to understand the machine rather than simply follow instructions?
so now it's more easy because the company start the new machine have inside the company 3 or 4 machine, and they keep from the other side the worker, and they know plus or minus the situation. So you have to teach only the new machine how to manage it, but sometime I start, for example, in Tunisia,
Hmm.
okay, the machine, nobody knows nothing, only the director manager and the production manager. And the other one, they don't know nothing.
Hmm.
I start to the laboratory for the chemical, laboratory for check the paper. I start for check the quality of the water, freeness, and blah blah blah. So sometimes happen this, and you have to make some meeting, and for me, when I find this situation, for example, in the pipe, for example, white water, I put one color. I make a sign, one color. Fresh water, another color.
Hmm.
Pulp from pulp, one color. And another, because it's you have to teach quickly because when they see the paper on the paper reel, nobody want to stop the machine.
Hmm. Hmm.
But my program normally is 2 or 3 weeks, depend on which kind of people I have, to start in the morning and stop in the evening.
Hmm.
So 12 or 40 hour a day.
Hmm.
Because in the morning, the group of people learn to start the machine. Start the machine and work on the machine. In the night, the people stop the machine because you have to shift in this moment.
Okay.
One in the morning and one in the night. Okay.
Yep.
In the night, they stop the machine and learn to stop the machine. After that, the other week, you turn.
Mm.
Who stop the machine, start the machine. And who
Mhm.
start the machine, stop the machine. So this for 2, 3, 4 weeks, depending which kind of people. If they learn quickly, of course, you start the machine, for example, 60%, not 100% the capacity, of course, because this is step by step. Because the first now, the machine is very fast and they hear it's very hard, and the people have to learn this. Because if you start quickly, maximum speed, the people have a scare.
Okay.
It's not quiet, it's nervous, because you have to step by step, and they
Sure.
learn the ring, and you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
I suggest that, because people go. See, one time I go in Oklahoma,
Mhm.
I start one machine.
Mhm.
Then this mill have a machine running 4 machine, 900 meter. But
Mhm.
this machine is 2,000 meter for
Mm.
Milo. When they pass 1,500 meter, you see he's nervous, because for they it's
Yeah.
it's
I
not quite a situation, because it's different. And I have to do this in 1 month. I keep 2,000 meter, but in 1 month, you know what I mean? Because
yeah.
شوي شوي in Arabian language, شوي شوي is slowly slowly.
Take your time, get everybody comfortable, and then take the next step.
Yeah,
Oh,
for this.
that's the way to do
Yeah,
things.
yes.
Okay. Um, so if you have a young operator, a young mechanic engineer, somebody starting out um, on the machine, do you have any advice? Maybe they should think a little differently tomorrow, after talking with you. Would you have any advice for people starting out?
So about this, I suggest to learn and keep calm, because when you work in this paperwork, the people sometimes push you a lot because they
Mm,
want, and sometimes you don't have a time to learn enough.
mm,
So keep calm, and you work with the team. And I suggest you have to make a focus in your job and not all job, because if you have a focus in your job, you can help all the team, better the team, because you learn your job. For example, me, I work on in the tissue. I know run the cardboard paper,
mm,
but I don't want to do this, because for me, the specialist is tissue, because tissue for me, I know everything. If
mm,
I have to go in this different paper, I have to learn different side press, cylinder, and blah,
mm,
blah, blah. No?
mm,
And I prefer, for this reason, for the new generation, I speak, you learn very good your specialist area. So if you are an engineer, I suggest the engineer move from the office.
mm,
The engineer, I fight many times, because for they in the screen, everything running good.
mhm,
But when you are in the paper mill, it's different, because the level is different, the pipe is different, the curve is different, everything is different. So, and I suggest every time, okay, you don't believe me, you come here and you check it.
mm,
Easy.
mm.
the engineer, because it's very important, they have to understand what's happening real in the paper mill, because it's different from what you see in the screen on the CAD,
Yeah.
the program CAD. CAD is something. Paper mill is different. It's like you learn, you go in the school for the paper, but
Mm-hmm.
when you make a paper, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you have a basic, is good. It's very good, but in the true life, is different.
Mm-hmm.
Always, it's different.
Spend time on the machine.
Yes, you have to spend time there. So, and you have to love this job. If
Mm,
you don't love, change, because
mm,
this is the dust, water
mm.
is,
Hot.
you know.
Uh,
Uh,
Lars, how did you know immediately? Like, what is it about tissue that you love? How is it something that developed over time, or the first time you walked in with your father, you knew I love this business? Can you tell us about that?
uh, because I like the mechanical part, electrical
Mm,
part, and I like to understand why happened this, and I want to understand how I have to do for resolve the problem. So, for example, when I start to work and I make a shoes, the shoes for the industrial for the shoes, how easy is one
no.
ring, move very slowly, and you have shoes move like this. You have to
Uh-huh.
do this and put there. You move this. This is the job,
Huh.
okay? And I speak. If I have to do this for all my life, I kill myself. And I have 14 years old.
Yeah.
And the paper mill is, I like that because my mind will continually
Mm,
work. Is
mm.
not, you have to find why, you have to find to make a better, to have to speak the people, teach, and find a good product, a good cellulose. Every time you have different thing to understand. So my mind is working.
So,
When my mind is stopped working, I think I die because I'm in home now. I don't do nothing because I don't
yeah.
work.
Mm.
So my hobby is fly simulator. So I know
Ah.
theoretically manage one Boeing 737, 747 on small Piper,
Mm.
uh, and I like to sim racing. You know,
Yeah.
always I have to do something, and
I mean,
I don't know.
you're naturally curious. You know, you want to be curious and interested, and like you say,
Yes.
on a tissue machine, there's always things to learn. There's always
Yeah,
things
because you
going
have
on.
many
Yeah.
system, and when I started that, we don't have many people do this job, because now you have people for the stock preparation, okay, it's separate.
Mm,
People for machine, it's separate.
mm,
People for the cleaning water, it's separate.
mm,
People for the rewinder, okay, and when they have a problem, it's complicated,
mm,
because
mm,
everybody no one take responsibility. So
mm,
it's sometimes it's not easy to understand from where coming the problem. But when I start, I'm alone, so I have to check everything.
mm.
So for this reason, I like, because I know steam, I know hood, I know stock preparation, I know chemical, I know computer, I know uh, all what's happening in the paper mill. I know. For this reason, I like,
Okay.
because
No, that's
open
actually,
mind,
yeah,
open
that's
mind.
beautiful. That's beautiful. Because if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, is what they say, right? It's just fun to come to work and the challenges. So, okay.
Yeah,
Um,
for example, I don't stay more than 4 years in one paper mill.
mhm.
I do director manager, I do production manager, but not more than 4 years because after I'm boring. When the
Sure.
machine running good,
Sure.
for me, it's mission complete.
It's time.
For
It's
me,
time to
it's
move on to the next
so
challenge.
I have to move because I'm boring. You know what
Sure.
I mean?
Sure.
Some people want this, stay in the place and leave that and quiet and blah blah blah. I want challenge. I want to new experience. I like that. You know.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's good. Loris, before we finish, is there an important lesson or story that I didn't ask about that you'd like to share?
I don't understand. Sorry.
Yeah. So, is there anything you would like to say to the people? Uh, an important lesson or story that we didn't talk about today, but that you'd like to share before we finish up?
But no, I suggest the people take care around the machine. The first, use the mind and cooperate and not fight
Mm,
because this help for the good life. For the first, you don't have a problem with the people and no have a sense to fight the people for the work. So my experience is that I fight a lot in my life,
okay.
but no have a sense and
Okay.
cooperate
Hmm.
and stay quiet. If you are quiet, you give quiet for the people. If you are nervous, the people is nervous. So
Mm,
this is what you feel. You transmit. You
mm,
know,
mm,
that is very important to. What I think, non accept some job you don't know do
mm,
only for money. You don't work only for money. You work
mm,
for yourself. If you is for me, it's this. Maybe somebody work only for money. So of
mm,
course, when you work, is for money. This is normal for everybody. But sometimes uh, don't think only money. You think to have a better life and understand your job and the paper mill I like a lot. So it's
mm,
my life. So I'm staying in the paper mill more than 80% of my life.
mm, mm.
So
Okay.
this is depend. You have to love this job, or it's difficult to do.
Mm.
Really.
No, that's a good message. Um, Laura, Lars, this has really been special for me. I want to thank you for sharing your experience so openly. Your decades of work, starting machines, solving problems, and developing people represent knowledge that deserves to be preserved. And I appreciate your willingness to turn that experience into practical lessons for people working throughout the tissue industry. So thank you for joining Inside Tissue Manufacturing.
Thank you too, Rob. And sorry for my English, but I try to do the best.
No, no problem. You did a great job. So thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Inside Tissue Manufacturing. If you have an idea for a future episode, I'd love to hear from you. Keep learning, keep improving, and stay safe.